Okay. All right, I'm live. All right, it's GrandZ. Welcome to episode 12 of the Grand Fridays. At a special time, I'm doing this 3 hours earlier than I normally would due to being off for the 4th of July for Independence Day. Not going to get into all of that, but, happy Friday to everyone. Hopefully everybody has a great and safe weekend for the 4th. Please try to stay healthy, wear your mask, all that good stuff. I got mine right here. I definitely won't be on here long today, but I definitely wanted to, get to it early. Just, enjoying this beautiful day, working on some records. For the last 12 weeks, I've been talking about reaching this goal of 60 new records that I wanted to make. I'm starting happy hour early. At Taco Bell, it's happy hour, so this should count for me. So hold on, but thank everybody who hops on and off the live. Appreciate it. But yeah, this is the fourth edition. So for the last 12 weeks I've been talking about reaching this goal, 60 new records. So since I got back into the swing of things, and I just completed 58, 59, and 60. So I'm gonna play all three of them. I'm gonna play all three of those beats on this episode. Like I said, I won't be on here long. Normally I'm on here for an hour and a half. Hour and a half, but I don't plan on being on here long. Like I said, man, I'm hungry too, so you may see me eat some shrimp pasta that I warmed up. Cheers to the weekend, to the holiday, to everyone. But I'm so excited that I finally reached this goal. It's been a while. It's been a while since since I've been doing it. I really wanted to get back into the swing of just creating in this realm, and because I took I want to say like 2 years off where I was consistent, 2 years consistently off. So to get back to it and finally reach my goal. And I feel like, these 60 records that I played on here have all been, some of them have been some of my best works. I do think that I have some beats that I haven't played, or beats that I made, years back, that are, really great instrumentals. But I feel like my skills have gotten so much better over this 6 month span of getting back into the groove of things. So I'm excited that I was able to, with all the changes that's happened in my life, I was able to get back into it and reach the goal of 60. So I'm going to play 58, 59, and 60 today. Like I said, I'm starving, so let me grab a shrimp. Cheers, brother. So feels good to finally accomplish the goal. It's a little longer than I thought it would be, but that's life with work, with other ventures, and along with just personal life changes in a positive way. You just happen to time is very is of the essence. That's our most expensive thing that we have, is time. You know what I mean? So it's worth way more than money. So I appreciate just having the time and having the opportunity to sit down and be able to create and use my thoughts. Like I mentioned before, is that when I create, when I do this, I feel whole. You know what I mean? Like I could do all these other things. I could do all these businesses. I can do all this other stuff. but when I sit down and get creative when it comes to music or writing, I just feel like it's a balance. It's a balance. It keeps me focused. So gonna start. Like I said, I don't want to be on here for an hour and a half today. Normally, I'm on here for an hour and a half at 5 p.m. Central Time. Like I said, today I'm doing it early because it is the 4th. I want to enjoy my day off of work, but I still wanted to come, rock with y'all for a little bit, and I'm excited about reaching the goal. I had things to talk about this week, but I'm just like, man, whatever. Yeah, we'll get back to it next week. So I'm gonna start off with the first beat. So the first beat is the 58th beat that I completed. So let me be clear. I've worked on probably 100 plus ideas. You know what I mean? Like, I worked on 100 plus ideas, but out of those 100 plus ideas, 110 plus ideas, 60 of them got completed, and that's like, actually, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot. It may sound like a lot, but it's not a lot. But it matters to me because it's at least a benchmark and starting point for me to get back into the groove, and then to up it the next point. Like, okay, if I did 60 in this span of time, can I do 60 half that time? Can I do, or 3/4 that time? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to aim for next. And I am just a quick note. I played a beat last week that I had made for the Time to Flip challenge, and shout out to Ample Samples and the Superiors because they have this weekly challenge. I didn't do this week because I was working on the flip, and I did 2 different styles of the beat, and it just felt trash to me. So I'm sorry. At this point, the way that I feel about my music, and at least the ones that I play for you all, I feel good about them. I feel like I can go into any room and play them, and people will rock with it. So I can't be putting out trash beats or mediocre beats, at display. So really, that's essentially why I didn't get in this challenge this week. I tried, but I just couldn't come up with nothing that was worth, to me, that was worth posting. But last week, though, I did get posted in there. I did get posted on their page. The beat is up there still. If you want to go check them out, Ample Samples. The beat is also on my Instagram pages. So at GrandZ32 or at GrandZ 32 _ music. So that's GRANDZ _ 32 _ music, or GRANDZ 32. So I did feel good that I got picked as one of the beats that they really enjoyed for that week, and that they just gave me a nice little shout out. So big ups to them. So but with the beats that I'm gonna play, like I said, for those who hop on and off the live, this is the 58, 59, 60. I've been trying to reach the goal of 60 beats. Took a little longer than expected, but it's cool. We finally reached that. Now we can move on to phase 2 and all the other good stuff that I want to do. So this first beat that I'm gonna play, I came up with the idea on June 27th, and it's an R&B beat. I think it gives a vibe. If I had to pick a producer, it gives a mustard. It gives a mustard vibe. If I had to pick an artist, if it's R&B, I would pick maybe Chris Brown or some newer artist that if I name them, you probably won't know, or something like that. So I'm gonna play it now, and let me know what you think in the comments. Like I said, I'm hungry, but I wanted to make sure that I started on time. Like I said, I'm doing episode 12 of the Grand Fridays early, a few hours earlier due to it being the 4th of July weekend. I was off work and I just wanted to, get this out the way, celebrate with you all that I reached my goal of 60 records. So I wanted to play these 3 beats, the 58th, the 59th, and the 60th beat, so that, and like I said, I didn't want to be on here that long. One thing I will say about that beat I just played, that R&B beat, I was, sometimes you kind of get like it's like writer's block or producer's block sometimes, and it's like it's not that you run out of, you kind of like, you have ideas, but it's kind of clogged, how you gonna pull it off and things of that nature, or you're trying to think like, man, if I had this, if I had that, then how do I, can I see the idea to fruition? And with that record, just shout out to Arcade. Arcade is a company who makes different virtual instruments, also known as VSTs, out there that are like, the sound is amazing. They have all type of different VSTs that, and Output is one that, it's a monthly subscription, which I pay a month, which is $10, but it has a lot of sounds and it allows me to be creative. And because some of them are loops where it's already created, I can tweak, I can do whatever I want to the sound and add it to my arrangement. So I think that is dope. I think that I'm happy that there's more avenues and things out there, especially for those who are either self-taught or do not know how to play instruments but have the desire to want to make beats. I know for me, I'm self-taught. Everything is self-taught. So and it took me years to get consistent at it. It took me years to be able to create certain things or understand. Yeah, I even took a class in college. I took music theory in college. So it took years to understand how to do some things. And because I'm not even like truly trained, utilizing things like Output or sampling, like I talked about last week, is very helpful for somebody like me, because I have a lot of ideas and I can get them out and I can create the basis or arrangement or chord progression. But to fill the track up, it's good to have sounds that you can utilize, and they royalty free. So mean that I don't have to pay anybody if these records are utilized and sold. So I can make all the money off my records. So I appreciate that. Shout out to Arcade. But so yeah, that was the first beat. That's beat 58, R&B beat. I had the idea. I created the idea on June 27th. So about 4th of July, I know that the world is open back up, and like I said, I went to the grocery store 2 days ago for the first time since we first went, the first Saturday where it was shelter from home. I went to the grocery store, and that was back in March. So I think that was like the last time I went to the grocery store was back in March. I could have went one more time after that, but I think the last time I truly went was in March, where I felt like I caught the virus. Knock on wood. I don't think I did, but just how I felt in there. But so I went to the grocery store, and I'm just catching all the sales. So I mean, please enjoy yourself. Wear a mask. I actually like that, the fact that masks now are becoming a norm, because I remember in the beginning that it was, let's say 50-50. You got a 50-50 chance of running into somebody with a mask or a person without a mask. Now it's like you probably won't run in, like it's going to be one person out of like 10 who don't have a mask. So, I mean, if you're going to be chilling with family or going out to these day parties or to, enjoy yourself, but make sure that you're safe. I'm going to link up with my fam tomorrow. Gonna barbecue a little bit. Gonna finally have a family outing. We've seen each other during these 4 or 5 months, and we've had little outings here and there. But matter of fact, we had one where we chilled, but not this many people at you know what I'm saying. So it's looking like a little bit less than 20, but more than 10. So gonna see how this works. Definitely gonna social distance though, and be safe. And I mean, the good thing about it too is that these are individuals that I've been around for the last 4 or 5 months at least, a couple of times, and I also been talking and dealing with them every single week. So I know that they are practicing social distancing. I know that they're washing their hands all the time, which they did that anyway, wearing masks and all that good stuff. So the fact that we can get together for the 4th, because we took all the precautions and we prepared and planned for the 4th a month or so in advance, I think it's dope, and it's going to be good to chill with the family, but social distance. So I'm excited. Because even though this is becoming a norm and I'm cool with it, I also like to move around. I like to, hop in the car and hear these beats in the car, hear music in the car, or, out somewhere, or vibing with people. So, I mean, it feels good to do that from time to time and step out. So, can't wait till tomorrow. Like I said, this is the episode 12 of the Grand Fridays. Shout out to YouTube viewers. I'm gonna start showing y'all some love for real on YouTube. I just been posting them. I ain't really been promoting. I ain't been doing nothing on YouTube to focus on them. But I just wanted a different platform outside of Facebook, because sometimes Facebook be tripping. But you know what I mean. Like I said, I'm excited. I wanted to hop on here. I didn't want to be long, so I feel like I'm getting long-winded. I don't want to reach an hour and a half. I just want to play these few beats that I made, because I reached my goal and I'm excited about them. That I played the first beat, and now I'm about to get into the second beat, which is the 59th beat, which is a hip-hop beat. And man, I really like this beat. I think it slaps. It has a beautiful sax in it. It has a beautiful vocalist on it, and it's kind of like built already for an artist to come and kill it and just write a few verses and a hook to you know, on top of her vocals. So I'm gonna just play it and let y'all, you know, tell me what y'all think. But you know, I made this beat actually on July 1st. July 1st is where I came up with the concept of it. So. So yeah, I'm just showing out now. Nah, that beat right there though, I think it's Fuego. It's fire, man. Beat is hot. Yeah, I just was vibing. I had started making those drums, and once I got those drums and I think I want to say, I either want to say the guitar, there's a bass guitar on that record. It's either the bass guitar or maybe that's that pad, that synthesizer pad, that main melody that you hear. That sounds like Outer Space. I think I found that first, and when I found that, that's when I'm like, okay, like I got these drums, they slapping. I got this this melody, this synth, and then I just start building around it. And I like to have a vocal type of effect or person on a record. It's the times, but I just like how that sounds, and I don't want it to stand out as much. It depends on the record when it needs to stand out and when it doesn't, and what it's actually saying and what it's not. So it really depends on all of that. So with this record, I try to make sure that it stood out so that it could be the hook. It could be, it could be a place where somebody can come in and that's the hook of the record. So the girl is saying only one, in a beautiful way. So, but yeah, and I'm just a huge fan of strings, piano, sax, like guitar. You got a good bass line, or it can just kill it on the guitar. If you could kill it on the keys or a sax or whatever. If I'm gonna be all in it, listening. Drum, like I'm gonna be there. Like live performance is just something big. I remember going to see Hannibal Buress in concert, and his opening act was Thundercat. I believe this was at the Chicago Theater, and so I went and just watching Thundercat. Thundercat's one of my favorite artists to listen to, and so just watching them live, just had this big old bass. Like this bass was ridiculous huge, but he was killing it. Then his drummer was just slapping. So it was just really phenomenal. So I try to bring that element on certain beats where I can. So when I do get that snare right, that kick right, man. So that's pretty much what happened with that record. I had the idea on July 1. Finished it. I believe I may have finished it, or mixing and mastering it the next day on the 2nd. But that's the 59th beat. So, like I said, I appreciate everyone who hops on and off the live, who watches this show live on Facebook. I appreciate everyone who watches this show later, or find bits and pieces later of the show. And I appreciate everybody who watches it on YouTube. Like I said, I'm gonna start showing love on YouTube, trying to spend more time on YouTube. I was thinking a little bit, just like, man, to moving this platform off of Facebook. I love Facebook, and it gives me instant access to people and to close people, because if you're my friend on Facebook, in some type of way, we've had a journey that crossed, and we may be close now or was close then, but still it's good vibes over here. So hopefully it's good vibes over there. So I just wanted to share it with you. So, but I feel like with YouTube, it's just more you can do. It's just more you can do. I know Facebook is getting there, but it's just more you can do on YouTube. I just keep it at that. But until I, either go back into the office, or until I feel like I don't want to do this anymore, or I move the platform every Friday at 5 p.m. Central Time, I'll be doing this show. Today was an exception to the rule because it's 4th of July weekend. I was off. I wanted to get on here real quick, play these beats, and I probably still been talking for like 30, 40 minutes, but it's all good. It's a Friday. I ain't got nothing to do, and I'm having happy hour early. Hopefully you are too if you are. So cheers. I played beat 58 and beat 59. So my goal was 60. So I came up with the idea of the 60 of beat. So yesterday. So yesterday, like I said, I was the second. Man, this week fly by. I don't even know. But so I was mixing and mastering the last beat I just played. And it was like, man, should I throw something in there? Should I throw something else in there? So sometimes, once you create something, you would listen to it a bunch of times, and then you would be like, okay, man, maybe I hear a horn, or maybe I have this, or maybe I have this idea, or maybe I should chop this up and that. So you have like more ideas you want to add to it. And pretty much when I was doing that, I take that back. I was doing that, so I mixed that. But then I started working on the beat that I told you about, the time to flip challenge. I was working on that beat, and when I was working on that beat, I was sampling this record, but I was also trying to create melodies to go along with the sample. But because of the crisp rip in this record, it just didn't gel right. But what it did do is help me come up with two different beat ideas. So one is this 60th beat that came about. It was like, I was making a melody. I was like, oh snap, let me save this melody and utilize it later. So on this beat that I'm going to play, the 60th beat that I've completed and that I wanted to share on here is the guitar. The main melody in this beat is a guitar, and that's the melody that I had made for this other beat. And like I've talked about this in the last 12 weeks, which is crazy that it's been 12 weeks, but pretty much you'll have an idea and it may not work, but if you utilize it in a different space for a different purpose, it may be the driving force to something epic. So that's what was dope about like I said, I wasn't able to create a beat or get a vibe to create a beat for that challenge, but I was able to create two different melodies to two different beats. So one is the beat I'm going to play here and now, and then the other one is I'm working on it to keep going making beats. It don't stop just because I reached the goal. So but yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed the two beats I played. I got one more beat. If you are going out, kicking it for the 4th, friends, family, or just out in the streets, be safe, enjoy yourself. Don't do nothing too crazy. Wear a mask. Take a drink. So I do have Crown in the brown bag. But yeah, so I'm just gonna get right into this beat. I know for the last 12 weeks I've been looking rough, and I've been saying, man, I'm not gonna cut my hair, ain't gonna do nothing. Like literally, I got a hat on, but if I show y'all this and I pick it out, my fro has really grown like this. So it's pretty big, which I'm shocked that it's still growing like that. So that's cool. We've been quarantined for 12 weeks. My last haircut was probably 15 weeks, maybe 16 weeks prior to that. 3 weeks probably prior to quarantine. So it's been about 15, 16 weeks since I had a haircut. So that's a good enough time. What is that? It's like 4 months. That's 3 or 4 months of hair growing. But I do think that this weekend, at some point, maybe not tomorrow, but at some point, maybe next episode, when I do the 13th episode of the Grand Fridays, I'm gonna clean this up. This will be cut. Everything, my mustache, hair may be cut, or at least a lining where I ain't wearing too many hats. My mama told me that, she don't like me looking rugged, so scruffy. So, but yeah, and I think it's time. I think it's time to do something different, with my appearance while I'm on here. But anyway, last beat I'm gonna play today is the 60th beat. I came up with the idea yesterday, but I was up to 2 in the morning. I was up past 2 in the morning. I didn't go to bed till like 4:30 in the morning yesterday, but around 2 a.m. I came up with the concept to this beat and just all the ideas that you will hear, all the sounds that you hear, those ideas, and I believe most of those melodies I created last night around 2 a.m. So and then I woke up like around 10 o'clock, like, man, I got to get back to completing this beat, because I said I was going to play the 60th beat on this episode. I got to get it done. I got to I got to arrange the record, got to mix the record and master the record. So I did all of that and literally finished about an hour before I started this. So I want to play this record. I'm happy I reached my goal, but now it's on to more goals and to push the next phase, which is now trying to get it out there, get the music out there. Oh, and what you're hearing now on these 3 records, these are the first 3 records that have my new tag. So I have a tag in my beats as the week's been going on. I found a like a FX tag that you hear, like it sounds like outer space type of sound. That's my tag I put in every record. But now I have a actual tag where my voice and I'm, Grandzdidthatshit, like that's my tag now that I'm gonna be putting in all the beats. Of course I'm gonna do it right later, but I just wanted to hurry up and create something so now I can start tagging my beats and start pushing it out there. So can't nobody jack the beats. So I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm excited. I'm gonna play this last beat and let me know what you think. I literally finished it an hour before the show started, so 1 p.m. Central Time. So let me know what you think. The 60th beat. So yeah, that's my 60th beat. I'm excited that I reached the goal. It took a lot to reach the goal. I'm ready to do more. That's 60 new beats. I ain't 60 beats total. That's just 60 new beats. in a short span of time. So I'm excited to do that. Now it's time to do 60 beats. Man, if it was possible to do 60 beats in a month with everything that goes on, that would be dope. But I mean, the reality is I'm gonna try to shoot for 2 month span, or a quarter. Like, let's just say this is the start of the new quarter. So any beat that I made after this episode will count as the next goal. So yeah, man, got my tag at the end of that. Grandzdidthatshit. So I had somebody on Instagram hit me up, and because I post certain things on Instagram too, to kind of promote a little bit, to watch it on YouTube. You can find it on the Grand Grand insert greatness here. But someone asked me about my hat and my shirt. So the shirts that I wear on here. So and a hat, since I'm always wearing this hat. This hat right here is a hat from my organization that I have, Striving for Greatness Non-for-Profit. So this is the logo for it. Also SFG Clothing, which is a byproduct of Striving for Greatness Non-for-Profit. So this logo right here that's in the camera is a crown, a road to success, and a shield. So when it comes to my ancestors, a lot of people, a lot of countries had shields, and on their shields they had different things that represented their tribe. So I wanted to create a shield to represent, my tribe, or what I stand for, or what I think us as people should stand for. Like, we are kings and queens. So I wanted to showcase that in the logo. So you will see that the colors are outside. Yeah, what you will see is the colors are purple, white, and black. Purple being royalty or regal, white being purity, pure, and then black, which is strength. So these are hats. I do have some hats left for sale. You can DM me if you or message me if you interested in the hat. This is a snapback. I'm also got fitted caps too. They got SFG on it, and then this logo on the back of it. These are new era hats. These shirts too. So sometimes I wear the logo shirt. I don't know if I wore the logo shirt on this show, but I have a lot of protect yourself shirts. So people ask me like, like what's these shirts? What's protect yourself mean? Is it gun related? Is whatever? And no. So the protect yourself on my shirt, I don't know if you can see it clearly. I know these look like bullet holes, but actually these are condoms. These are condoms. Shout out to my cousin Nail, Have Max, who helped bring this idea to life. I came up with the idea of one, connected to Striving for Greatness Non-for-Profit, wanting to do a campaign about a year or two ago, focus on AIDS awareness. I know that people we see a lot of commercials about different different medicines that can assist or help or prevent or limit HIV and AIDS, but that and it's not as big of a thing that it was when I was growing up, as far as talked about. But the reality is, man, that it still exists. You can't just be having unprotected sex all over the place, or if you are, you gotta make sure that you're doing that right. And I ain't getting to all that. I ain't judging people. I'm just here to make you aware that the numbers are still out there when it comes to HIV and AIDS people who are receiving it. And then when it comes to the Black community, 18 to 64 is still at a enormous rate. So it was a campaign called Protect Yourself that I created, and just wanted something to stand out, and make people have a conversation. I remember I wore one of these shirts to Atlanta, and I was in the Atlanta airport on one of the, it's kind of like, I call it like the L, but it takes this little subway to take you all over the place in the Atlanta airport. And I remember this white couple, the wife, older lady, just asked me about shirts. She thought maybe it was gun related, and I just really, we just really broke it down to her and just explained like, no, it's about, AIDS awareness. And what you also can see on the shirt is that it has a red ribbon. So it has a red ribbon. So on my red shirt, on my red shirt, you'll see black letters with a white background and the red ribbon in the corner. And on this shirt, it's black and gold, like Magnum condoms, with the red ribbon. And then I have a white shirt. So still have some of those. If you're interested in buying a shirt, you could DM me. On the back of the shirt, it has this logo on it. So that's part of the SFG clothing. I also got new shirts that's coming out. I do have shoes, so I have a lot of different things that, like I said, I've worked on and am working on. So I'm gonna, like I said, this platform is for me to promote not just my stuff, but anything that I feel is dope. So and that's what I do with my Facebook. Like there's a lot of talented people who watch the Grand Fridays, and that when I see them doing something great, I want to support as much as I can. Like shout out to my homie Ernesto Torres, who hops in the live every week, you know what I'm saying, even if it's for a moment, you know what I'm saying. Go check out go check out his business. I think it's Ofarinda. I think I'm pronouncing it right, but I think I'm gonna post it. Next week I'm gonna definitely post it. But I mean, we went to high school together. I mean, him and his brother, and they started from a food truck to now they're in the store. They're in stores here in the city of Chicago. Have a restaurant, specific place you go get their food. So just like I said, it's just so many people like that. To even when you go back to a few episodes when I interviewed, had my first guest, and only guest so far, but my first guest, Juice, on here is strictly, like I said, man, it's talented people on this platform. Grand Fridays is, I'm showcasing everybody's talent that I feel like I want to showcase. Even when it comes to music, I play a lot of Chicago artists, so that if you never heard of them, you can get in tune and find somebody that you like. And then, of course, I'm going to showcase my different talents and avenues, that I'm doing. So, of course, in playing these beats. So, but yeah. I appreciate it. I think we're a little bit under an hour, which is cool. Like I said, I want to thank everybody who came on and off the live, jump back and forth or was watching the whole time. I appreciate it. Everybody who watches every week. Normally, like I said, it's 5 p.m. Central Time. This show takes place. But because of the 4th of July weekend, I wanted to do this a little bit earlier so I can enjoy the rest of my Friday and day off. But I also wanted to share with y'all and be consistent in doing this. Shout out to the YouTube viewers. And like I said, I'm going to start showing more love on YouTube and start really pumping the YouTube page, posting beats and things. Like now that I reached my goal, I can move on to phase 2 and really promote and publicize it even more. And now that I got my tag, I'm definitely on that. But yeah, so I appreciate everybody for the support. I like the questions and things that come from Instagram and things of that nature. So if you've never seen the Grand Fridays, and you're friends with me on Facebook, you can definitely go to my collection. I have the Grand Fridays collection where you can watch episode 0, which was my birthday, which was March 2nd. You can watch from then all the way to this episode, which is episode 12. So it's about, I believe I got about 13, 14 videos posted. So you can watch literally from from when we started Shelter at Home to right now, and check it out and listen to all 60 beats that I made during this time. So, like I said, I appreciate everyone who supports, who hops on and off the live. I just wanted to hop on for a second and do this early. I hope everybody enjoyed their fourth. And if you got any questions or thoughts, definitely DM me. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube. Those type of things. And like I said, if you're interested in a hat or a shirt, like I said, I'm going to be promoting more stuff in the weeks to come that I'm doing, and hopefully promoting other people in the weeks to come too. So yeah, next week, episode 13, back at 5 p.m. Central Time. Thank you for tuning in to the Grand Fridays, episode 12. Enjoy your weekend. I'm out.